Let's talk menopause. Menopause is an important milestone in a woman's life. And this series on menopause is meant to create awareness about menopause, understanding the physiology and how to deal with the issues of menopause. I think after the first 3 episodes, and we got a very good response with the 3 episodes, we are back again with the 4th episode of our Let's Talk Menopause. And today we shall be talking on premature menopause. Today we again have Dr. Vikram with us from London. Let me again welcome you, Dr. Vikram. Can you just throw some light? I think we have come a long way, talking enough about menopause, but here we shall specifically talk about what is premature menopause.
Thank you, Babita. As usual, hopefully these sessions will go out to many more women and will help them in terms of their awareness about the issues. So premature menopause is usually diagnosed when anybody has menopause before the age of 40. So if you have menopause, your ovaries stop working before age of 40, that is premature. If you have menopause between 40 to 45, that is early menopause. If it's 45 and after, then that's natural menopause. So anybody before 40 stopping their ovaries functioning because of operation, surgery, or even natural menopause, that is premature menopause.
Now, Vikram, can you tell us what would be the effects of this premature menopause and some specific common conditions why this premature, menopause occurs, and what are the side effects of this on a woman's body?
So premature menopause can happen because of natural causes, and it can happen because of some intervention from the medical side. So first looking about the iatrogenic premature menopause. So when menopause happens because of medical intervention, say somebody has cancer and they need treatment, they need radiotherapy, they need chemotherapy, they need surgery where ovaries have to be removed because of some tumors or cyst, that is usually a created artificial surgical menopause. So natural premature menopause can happen because of two reasons. You can have the unexplained, where 80% of women don't have a cause, and that's because they are born with less number of eggs or their eggs get destroyed early in life. So even after testing, you don't find a cause for it. Other women can have it because of genetic reasons or immune problems. Genetic reason, there's a syndrome called Turner syndrome. That's a known cause of early menopause or very premature menopause. And you can also have other genetic issues like X chromosome problems or autosomal problems, which can cause genetic inherited cause for the premature menopause. Immune conditions can also cause it. Sometimes people have autoantibodies, so immune conditions which attack the body itself, ovarian antibody or antibodies for adrenal gland, these can also cause damage to ovaries and cause premature menopause. One of the other causes common in, say, India or Asian countries would be also infections like tuberculosis or mumps. These infections can also damage the ovary and then, of course, cause premature menopause.
So when a woman is having this premature menopause, or a particular woman, is likely to have this premature menopause, do you investigate her with all these things, or it is just your clinical acumen that pins down to a particular point of a particular cause of menopause?
If someone presents with signs, symptoms of premature menopause, so these are often they've stopped their periods at least for 4 months or more. They're not having periods anymore when they were having periods previously. They start getting some of the symptoms as we described in some of the other videos, the hot flushes, the night sweats, the problems with having intercourse, dryness of vagina, bladder issues. They may have sleep issues, mood problems. All those symptoms and lack of periods, usually clinically you can more or less come to a diagnosis of premature menopause. But of course we do blood test because it's such a big diagnosis for some young woman to say that you've stopped your periods for good. That is life-changing diagnosis. So you have to do basic blood tests for hormones to make sure that the estrogen levels are low or FSH is high.
With all the advancement in the medical sciences, now can you predict which woman by ultrasound or by whatever methods that are available today, that this woman may be having premature menopause, especially if she has a family history of early menopause.
That's right. At the moment, such screening is not routinely done clinically. But let's say if somebody has a very strong family history that they've had premature menopause in the family, then you can do certain blood tests and you can do ultrasound scans to look at the ovaries, the number of eggs in the ovary, and you can more or less predict what the likelihood of those ovaries are in terms of functioning for next 5 years or next 10 years. So you don't have absolutely accurate tests to predict who will have premature menopause or not, especially if they are having some periods now. But you do have tests which can indicate on an average, are the ovaries healthy? Are the ovaries likely to stop early? And do they have enough eggs that will last them for next 5 or 10 years? So you can do blood tests and scans to give overall impression as to is this woman more likely to enter premature menopause.
I think especially this group of women, who are having premature or early menopause, I think they would be in need of HRT more than probably the ones who are, attaining it in a natural manner. So I think let us sum it up, this quick thing about premature menopause is, correct me if I'm wrong, it is basically an early menopause and a premature menopause, which could be because of various reasons like medical reasons, surgical reasons, there could be infections, it could be inherited defects, it could be genetic defects, or it could be idiopathic, that is we don't know why this is happening. So in short, the woman will have the same signs and symptoms that would be there when they attain a natural menopause. But if the younger you are, the chances that you will have the effects of menopause much more on your body than what would be in other cases. I think in which case it might be mandatory for a woman to approach her gynecologist or her physician, whoever she can approach and talk about it freely, and maybe look at HRT as an option.
Yes, I mean, HRT and fertility, you're absolutely right, because these women also will be concerned about fertility. They must seek help about having hormones back and fertility issue.
This was a very short and brief thing about premature. The whole idea is to make the women aware that there is a concept, there is something that is not natural, which could be because of an early menopause, and how we, how the society or how everybody has to look at this problem also. And the women themselves should understand that these are the things that are known, and it is something which is not completely not known, but they should be aware of this concept. Thank you so much, Dr. Vikram, and we will get on to the hormone replacement therapy in our next episode. Till then, goodbye. Bye-bye.